Well, she's been called the most powerful woman in South Africa after challenging President Jacob Zuma's Nkandla spin. This is her story.
Thuli Madonsela remembers the day she got a call from an industry colleague encouraging her to apply for a vacant post. It was a job that would change her life forever.
I was at Fusheni looking for a camisole, and when she called, it was the last day of submitting the applications, and I asked why me, and she said, why not you? I mean, you've always been at the forefront of advancing people's rights and vindicating people's rights.
A few weeks later, she would meet with the man who appointed her, the same man she would one day have to investigate as South Africa's public protector.
My first meeting with the president was extremely encouraging because the president gave me his blessing that I should do this job without fear or favor. And he said to me it gave him enormous encouragement when he was no longer deputy president and had to lodge a complaint against the government of the day from the outside. And the public protector did not look at who was complaining and against who, just looked at the merits of that case, and the case was decided in his favor. And he said he expected me to do the same thing, not worry about who the parties are, but look at what do the facts say and what does justice require.
An order she took to heart. Madonsela says she always knew her purpose in life gravitated towards justice, and in her time, the office of the public protector has gained prominence never before experienced in its 20 years of existence.
Prior to Thuli Madonsela taking office, it was actually a very weak organization despite the considerable powers it has. And since then, it has been a very robust organization and done its job in a very robust manner, and that's due to her leadership.
And that hasn't made her everybody's favorite. Madonsela says she's lost some friends and at times has been treated like an outcast.
I know one minister, for example, told staff of a parastatal of a statutory body that resorts under her department to remove me from the program, whereas I was a guest speaker. And the people were decent enough to tell me the truth, what has happened. But they were not decent enough to tell the audience what happened, because I was told afterwards that people were told that I was no longer available to come, as if I was the one who had withdrawn at the last.
But this hasn't deterred her. In fact, she's shown she's anything but a pushover. In April this year, Madonsela was counted among the 100 most influential people in the world by Time magazine, an accolade she shares with the likes of US President Barack Obama and German Chancellor Angela Merkel.
She's been a great figure in South Africa's democracy, and I think, you know, in some ways she's probably at the moment, I would think, the most revered public servant in the country. The public really feel protected by her. At least they feel that she's attempting to protect them.
But protecting the public has not been easy, especially when Madonsela has had to take on the heavyweights.
But we've seen instances where the public protector's reports have been issued and people have complied with them. And we also see instances not only in the Nkandla scandal, but in other scenarios where the public protector has issued reports and people haven't complied with them, like Tina Jumat-Peterson, for example, and the prospective fraud and corruption that she has been implicated in.
Experts, however, believe her success goes beyond these instances, and it will linger even as the next public protector is appointed in 2 years' time.
Some might argue that Ms. Madonsela's success is going to make the next public protector be selected a bit more carefully with respect to what she can and cannot do.
Madonsela's term ends in October 2016. She says while she's thought about life after the office, her focus remains on her duties now.
What motivates me is the people, just that sense of making a difference. Whether we see their faces, which we often do, or we don't, but just going back home and feeling that you have unlocked someone's life, and particularly the ones who would never have been able to tackle the stage on their own.
Christine Mundwa, CNBC Africa, Pretoria.